Good morning, everybody, and we are live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope your week started off amazing. Remember, your intentions will set not only your day, but your week, whatever your intention is, whatever you believe, that's what's going to happen. All right, here we go. Today is Tuesday, June 15th. We are continuing on our self-discovery 3-week self-discovery mission, I guess you'll call it. And today we're looking at your talents. What are your talents? Now, whoops, my puppy's here. Talents aren't necessarily things you're born with. They just may be things that you enjoy and you practice and you get good at them, right? So, for instance, let me give you an instance. I have a talent for crocheting. Now, I wasn't born knowing how to crochet, right? I had to learn how to crochet. My aunt, years ago when I was very young, she was a crocheter and she taught me how to crochet. Now, she crocheted a different style than I do. She crocheted those little tiny doilies with those little tiny hooks. Not my preference at all. As a matter of fact, the bigger the better for me. I like larger hooks, but she taught me that, and that's something that I have been good at, and I have a talent for it. Okay, that's what we're talking about, finding your talents. What are your talents? And they usually come from, things that you enjoy, right? Otherwise you wouldn't do them. Let's be clear. Sometimes, we live in a society where, Ritzy's, she wants to be on tape. Ritzy, come here. Come. Get over here. Sorry. She's protecting me. She's in protection mode. Ritz, let's go. Come on. Okay, right here. Sit. Okay, there we go. We'll get through this. This is her whining because she knows she's not supposed to bark. You would think that she was in pain or something. She's talking to y'all, sorry. Oh, okay, so in this day and age with social media and fast-paced living and shortcuts and, apps and everything, oftentimes, it's hard to discover and utilize talents. So it might take a little sparking to know what your talents are and to get an idea of what those may be. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Sometimes people take an assessment test. Now, I am not talking about the assessment test on Facebook, okay? I want to be very clear about that. All those is gathering of your information, period. It's called gamification, and they are just collecting your data and selling it. And or they're bad people, who are going to exploit your information and, maybe hack into your account or what have you. So quit playing those games on Facebook. If you want to play games, go to a safe spot. Facebook is not the place. So not those kind of assessment tests. I'm talking about a true assessment test that takes a look at, asks you questions and takes a look at what your possible talents may be. Okay, that's one way you could go at it. I kind of feel like, they might put you in the right direction, but I don't feel like, unless it's a pretty in-depth assessment test, I don't think that it's all that accurate. I think that you can come to this conclusion all on your own. Let's look at what makes you feel strong when you're doing something. What makes you feel strong? Let's see. So when you're doing something in regards to looking for a talent and you do feel strong, kind of dig a little deeper and find out, why it makes you feel strong. And then maybe from there, you can reveal some more talents that you have. Talents are similar to gifts in that they come easy to you. It's noisy this morning. guys. Um, but yeah, so it's some it can be difficult to understand the difference between talents and gifts, but talents utilize your gifts. Okay, does that make sense? But talents will help you to know or to match you with something that will bring you joy. For instance, do you have a talent at using a certain piece of software? Or do you have a talent of organizing data? Things like that. Those are talents. Those aren't necessarily gifts, they're talents. There's something that you're good at because of who you are and because of your gifts. You have talents in certain things. Hopefully that makes sense. You might even want to ask your friends what they feel your talents are. You could get some great feedback. Now, you have to ask friends that you trust, not people that have no clue whatsoever and maybe um, aren't very nice about it. Pick the people wisely that you ask, but ask your friends, maybe your family, what they feel your talents are. They're usually going to be pretty honest, and it may enlighten you. You may be surprised at what they have to say. Because again, talents are things that are easy for us. We're good at it. And so while we do need to practice and learn them, you might be surprised at what people feel your talents are. So ask them. And then, write a journal. I know I keep talking about it, and I do owe you a link for a free journal. I'll get it into the description, I promise. But just writing, just free writing, whatever flows. Maybe you rewatch this, and as when you're watching somebody and I'm talking about these talents and I'm giving you examples, I know it sparks some things within you. So write those things down, okay? Because sometimes it's hard to come back to them because we never know where they're sparking from. So write those things down. Write them down. And then, sometimes looking at other people's talents will help you identify some of your own. And, take classes. That's a great way to find out your true talents, is taking classes. If you see something that sparks your interest, take it. I mean, I'm a knowledge junkie, okay? I love taking classes and courses and webinars because even if it's things that I already know about, there's always one little nugget of something that helps me be even better, go to another level with my talents. So think of it that way. Maybe that sparks something. And be open to change. Sometimes the way you're doing something isn't the right way and it isn't shining your talent through. And, the reason why we want to do not only take webinar or watch webinars and take these courses is because it's going to spark something new within you. It's like whenever I come to be with you each and every day, if I weren't continuing to pursue my talents, my gifts, and just be around other people and see what they're doing, I would have nothing to share with you. It would be the same old blah 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 wah 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 every single day, wouldn't it? So it's great because then I'm able to do, take this knowledge junkie um, side of me, I guess you'll say, and explore what other people are doing and explore other avenues and learn new things that might help me share with you, because that's what I enjoy sharing. I enjoy coming with you live. I enjoy sharing, and I just want people to experience what I've experienced in terms of finding out who I am, what I'm all about, what my destiny is, and getting rid of the baggage of what somebody else's expectation is. Now, I am an entrepreneur by heart. I mean, it is just who I am, it's how I'm wired. So there's no surprise that, you know, how and what I do in many different things. But at the same time, maybe you are an entrepreneur as well. You just don't know it yet. You have tendencies, and there are things that you do and you've been doing since you were very young that would shine that light, but you don't know it because it's just normal for you. Does that make sense? All right. But again, be open to change. And then once you find your talents, you want to develop them. continue to learn more. And just because you take one person's course on something doesn't mean you can't take another person's course, because there's going to be a spin. Now, the bones may be the same, right? But there's going to be little twists and turns and tricks little nuances that you learn from somebody else. And people train differently, they teach differently, right? You know, and we all learn in different ways. I'm a very visual person, hands on. I need to see things. And it's like, whenever I'm that person that when you ask a question, I'm not an immediate response person, because I have to see it in my head before I can respond to you. And I know that sounds strange, and it almost sounds like I'm trying to think up something, but it's not that so much as I need to see it before I can respond to it. So everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. Some people want to just listen. Now, I do a lot of multimedia, and this comes from all the training that I've taken over the years, all the money I've spent, and the time of getting to where I'm at today. Now, my story is a little different in that, or maybe in that I lost my only child. He was 27, but um, losing a child for a mother is devastating, and you are different, and you must embrace it. And it was very important to me to get back to my fighting weight, so to speak. I knew that I was never going to be the person I was before I lost my son, but I wanted to be a productive person, and I wanted to make sure that my son was never forgotten, that there would be a legacy left in his honor, and that I could help others in a way that I could never help him. So that's what charged me to get on this um, path of learning absolutely everything I could. And it took me years, guys. I'm not saying that it's going to take you years, but I'm just explaining to you that while it took me years, it wasn't because it was hard. It's just that there was a lot to get through, right? There was a lot of baggage, there was a lot of hurt. There was just a lot to deal with. And at the same time, I'm grieving the loss of my son, and you know, I'm different. And that's a whole process, if you will, almost a grieving process. The old person that I was is gone. I'm not that person anymore. So who am I now? See what I'm talking about? It took a while. It took a while to get where I'm at, but I was determined. It was important to me to be a self sufficient, functioning adult with what I have. And I learned so much. And now I'm filled with joy. I absolutely am filled with joy. Yes, I left my day job. And yes, I get to choose where I spend my time. And look, I spend it with you in the mornings. I love it, because this is what makes me click. Now, I did do some of this before, but I it exhausted me, and I had to get to a point where I could be self-sufficient outside of my day job before I could get to this point where I'm able to do absolutely exactly what I want to do. So there you go. All right, I think that pretty much um, sums up our portion of finding your talents. All right, so get quiet, watch this over again if you need to, jot some notes down. Let's figure it out together. All right. Okay, we have to go to our calendar little intentions for the day. Here we go. Tuesday, June 15th. You are not what you have, and you're not what you do. You're an infinite divine being who has accumulated a certain amount of material possessions. Oh, I love it. Take a screenshot. Remember, you're unique, you're special, you're one of a kind. You have to believe it and within you, and you have to know it. Your subconscious mind believes everything you think about yourself. So you better think highly of yourself if you want more out of life, because it's the truth. You are an incredible human being. You have a lot to share. So quit holding on to it. Let it go. Share it with the world. Peace. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make it an amazing Tuesday, guys. Bye.